Welcome to AI Sports Predictor, where numbers dance, stories clash, and the devil himself quivers. We've got 5 games lined up today, each brimming with tales of desperation, hunger, and redemption. So, grab a drink, sit back, and let's dive into Game 1. Houston Rockets. Dallas Mavericks. Texas pride on the line, and let me tell you, this ain't your regular matinee. The Rockets, once high flyers in the western skies, are now in free fall. 5 straight losses. Jalen Green did his part in their last defeat, dropping 28 points, but when you're shooting 9 of 22, you're fighting a losing battle against your own inefficiency. And let's not forget Alperen Sengun, a walking stat sheet last game with 16 points, 10 boards, and 7 dimes. But stats without wins? That's like a chef cooking the perfect steak while the restaurant burns to the ground. They're sitting tied for the 4th seed, battling Denver, but their offense is middling, their 3-point shooting's horrendous, and turnovers? Oh, they're hemorrhaging them. But wait. Enter Dallas. A team reborn, baptized by the trade of Luka Doncic, who's off to Hollywood living that purple and gold fantasy. In return, the Mavericks snag Anthony Davis. Yes, that Anthony Davis. He's been out with an abdominal injury, but rumor has it, he's suiting up today. His debut isn't just a homecoming, it's a statement. Their last game, they steamrolled the Celtics in Boston, led by Klay Thompson's smooth 25 points and Dinwiddie's electric performance off the bench. When Dallas clicks, they look like they could march into a spaghetti western, guns blazing. So, what's the deal here? The odds makers love Dallas. They're salivating over Anthony Davis clogging the paint and delivering highlight reel blocks. But me? I'm more skeptical than a man being dealt a 5-card draw against a known cheat. Houston's defense ranks 3rd in efficiency. They don't just play defense, they suffocate you. And sure, Davis might give the Mavs some rim protection. But this isn't some fairy tale debut where everything clicks. It's his first game in a new system, after all. Houston's on a 5-game skid, yeah, but betting against a cornered team? That's where fortunes are made, or broken. I'm not buying Dallas solving all their problems overnight. Anthony Davis or not, this isn't Hollywood, it's reality. And today's AI pick is, Houston Rockets plus 4.5, let the skeptics scoff, we know a battle-tested team when we see one. On to Game 2. Stay tuned, this ride's just getting started.
Game 2, the Indiana Pacers versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Staples Center, bright lights, star-studded crowd, and a narrative that's practically begging to be a Hollywood script. But let's pull the cameras off LeBron for a moment because this isn't the blockbuster you think it is. The Pacers winners of 7 of their last 10, 5 of their last 6, and fresh off a gritty comeback win against the Clippers. They were down 42-22 after the first quarter, but did they panic? Hell no! They stormed back with a vengeance, outscoring the Clippers 42-19 in the second quarter. Pascal Siakam dropped 33 points like he was born for the LA spotlight, and Benedict Mathurin added 25 of his own, reminding us this team is no joke. And yeah, Miles Turner is a game-time decision with concussion symptoms. But let me tell you something about the Pacers. They are scrappy, resilient, and they thrive in chaos. Even if Turner sits, they've got depth and Siakam can dominate in small ball lineups. Their offensive efficiency, 9th in the NBA. Their shooting percentages, top 10 in both overall field goals and from beyond the arc. When the Pacers are dialed in, they're deadly. Now, on to the Lakers. Everyone's buzzing about their new toy Luka Doncic. Except Luka's not playing. He's nursing a calf injury, sipping Gatorade in street clothes, and hoping the team doesn't screw things up while he's out. But don't get me wrong, Lakers have been hot, winning 4 straight and 10 of their last 12. LeBron dropped a 42-point masterpiece against the Warriors, making sure we don't forget he's still a living legend. But here's the problem, Lakers are fragile beneath its star power. No Anthony Davis, still working through chemistry issues with Mark Williams, and they nearly blew a 26-point lead to the Warriors. That's not dominance, that's survival. Their 3-point shooting is suspect, ranking 26th in makes per game. And defensively, middle of the pack? Sure, they've got the flashy highlights, but they bleed points when it matters. The Pacers can exploit that, especially from deep, where they rank 9th in efficiency. And let's talk motivation. The Lakers are trying to hold it down until Doncic returns. The Pacers. They're playing with house money, hungry to solidify their playoff position and prove they can beat anyone anywhere. Teams like that don't just show up, they make noise. I know the line favors the Lakers. But this isn't about glitz, it's about grit. And today's AI pick is Pacers 2.5. We're riding with the underdogs. Let's see how far this train goes. On to Game 3.
Game 3, New York Knicks versus Boston Celtics. Two giants of the East clash at Madison Square Garden under the primetime spotlight. But if you think this is a predictable Celtics victory, you got another thing coming. The smart money. It's on the Knicks. The Knicks have been red hot, winning 7 of their last 8. This isn't just a team on a streak, it's a team with momentum, hunger, and swagger. They're sitting at 3rd in the East, breathing down the Celtics' necks, and this game is their chance to prove they belong in that upper echelon. Let's talk about Karl Anthony Towns. Sure, he's a game-time decision, but even if he's limited, he's been nothing short of a monster this season. Coming off a 27-point, 20-rebound night against the Raptors, Towns is averaging 24.3 ppg and ranks 2nd in the league in rebounding. This man isn't just posting numbers dominating the paint like it's his personal playground. And then there's Jalen Brunson, New York's engine. He's averaging 26.1 ppg, leading the team in assists, and can light it up from beyond the arc. When Brunson gets rolling, the Knicks' offense is like a well-oiled machine that doesn't quit. Meanwhile, the Celtics are without Jrue Holiday, and that's no small absence. They'll miss his on-ball defense, leadership, and playmaking. Al Horford will step in, and while Horford is dependable, he's not exactly a game-changer at this stage of his career. Boston stars Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are obviously elite. But this isn't about individual star power. This is about matchups. And the Knicks, even with some injuries, are built to disrupt the Celtics' rhythm. They've got the 8th best defense in the league, a top 4 offense, and they know how to grind teams down. The Celtics lost to the Mavericks just a few nights ago, and here's the thing: when Klay Thompson went off, they had no answer. If the Knicks' wings like Bridges and Brunson catch fire from deep, Boston could be playing catch-up all night long. And let's not forget where this game is being played. Madison Square Garden. This isn't just a court, it's a theater where stars shine and dreams are crushed. The Knicks feed off that energy. They're not intimidated by Boston's championship pedigree. In fact, they're ready to spoil their night. Boston may be the defending champs, but they've shown cracks this season. And when you're facing a surging Knicks team with nothing to lose and everything to gain, you bet on the fight. And today's ad pick is Knicks 2.5. This isn't just a bet. It's a statement. Knicks fans, that is one's for you. On to Game 4.
Game 4, Denver Nuggets versus Phoenix Suns. Two Western Conference heavyweights collide in the desert. But let me tell you, this isn't just a game, it's a battle of wills. And if you're thinking Denver's the obvious choice, think again. The Nuggets are hot, riding a 5-game win streak, but let's not pretend they're invincible. Their defense ranks 21st, giving up nearly 116 points per game. That's not a winning formula when you're facing a team like the Suns, who are desperate to hold onto their playoff spot and have everything to play for. Nikola Jokic, the triple-double machine, is the beating heart of this Nuggets team. He's averaging 29.7 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 10.3 assists per game. MVP numbers, no doubt. But here's the thing about Jokic: even Superman needs help. With Russell Westbrook, Peyton Watson, and key rotational players out, the depth that Denver prides itself on is stretched thin. If Phoenix can disrupt Jokic's rhythm and limit the supporting cast, Denver's offense could stall. Now let's flip the script and talk about Phoenix. Sure, they've lost 3 straight, but those losses were wake-up calls, not death sentences. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Ryan Dunn are game-time decisions, but even if 2 out of the 3 suit up, this game shifts dramatically. And let's be real, Durant and Booker on the floor together can torch any defense, especially one as shaky as Denver's. Booker's been dishing out 6.6 assists per game and scoring at an elite clip. He's the kind of player who can take over late in the fourth when the game slows down and becomes a battle of half-court sets. Phoenix doesn't need to outgun Denver, they need to grind them down, force turnovers, and make every possession count. And don't overlook the scheduling advantage. Denver's coming in rested, sure, but Phoenix is playing a back-to-back at home. That's not a disadvantage, it's a chance to stay warm, stay in rhythm, and catch the Nuggets off guard. The Suns know they can't afford another loss, and desperation breeds dangerous opponents. Denver's top-tier offense may look pretty on paper, but when the game gets messy, when it's mid-fourth quarter, tied ball game, and every shot matters, I'm betting on the Suns' ability to execute. They've got the firepower, they've got the crowd, and tonight, they've got the edge. And today's AI pick is Phoenix Suns 4.5. Don't sleep on a wounded team with its back against the wall. They'll come out swinging. On to Game 5.
Game 5, Utah Jazz vs Los Angeles Clippers. On paper, this looks like a setup for the Clippers to snap their losing streak. But let me stop you right there. This isn't about what's on paper. It's about what's happening on the floor. The Clippers are coming off a 3-game skid, and if you watched them blow a 22-point lead against the Pacers, you know exactly why. Sloppy ball handling, 19 turnovers, and a complete second-half meltdown. This isn't a team playing with confidence, it's a team searching for answers. Sure, they've got Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and now Bogdan Bogdanovic leading the second unit. But chemistry issues don't disappear overnight, and desperation can sometimes cloud judgment. Even with one of the best defensive ratings in the league, the Clippers haven't been able to lock teams down when it counts. Now, let's look at Utah. They've been a mess this season. But you know what they have going for them? Grit. Just ask the Warriors, who watched Utah erase an 11-point deficit in the final 3 minutes. Isaiah Collier stepped up with 20 points and 11 assists. Walker Kessler dominated the boards with 18 rebounds. And Jordan Clarkson could be back to provide the much-needed scoring punch. And let's not ignore the Clippers' Achilles heel, turnovers. Utah's defense may not be elite, but their offense has shown they can capitalize when given the opportunity. The Jazz shot over 52% from the field in their win against Golden State. They don't need to be perfect, they just need to keep it close. The Clippers may be favored, but covering 15.5 points against a Jazz team that's starting to find its rhythm, that's asking for too much. Utah doesn't have to win, they just have to fight. And today's AI pick is Utah Jazz plus 15.5. Now for the recap. Game 1, Rockets plus 4.5 Game 2, Pacers plus 2.5 Game 3, Knicks plus 2.5 Game 4, Suns plus 4.5 Game 5, Jazz plus 15.5 if you've made it this far. Hit like, subscribe, and share. This train isn't stopping anytime soon. See you next time on AI Sports Predictor.